I know. They want me to get, they're looking to do a deal. I understand. Look, this time today, I'm streaming, try to be on the ball with all the cues and the screen switches and whatnot, okay? Just want to be a little more professional today. Alright? Yeah. Try to keep up. This is take 2 for you, okay? If you screw up this time, you may not be so lucky. I know. You're gonna switch to the camera now? We're live? Thanks for telling me. Appreciate that. Interns. What's going on, everybody? Jeremy here from Weekly Narrative. A little blurry today. What's going on there, guys? Can you try and fix the blur here? What's going on? I need a perfect picture of myself on the screen. Trent, can you work on the blur, Kevin? Yeah, I don't care if it's a new camera. You should know how to use it before you hook it up. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Vaughn in the chat already on the draw. What's going on, man? I just got unbanned. Last week, man, from live streaming. So I'm bringing it back. We're gonna probably move the stream to Saturdays, but anyway, I got hey, you guys didn't turn the air conditioning off? Trying to do a stream, can't have air conditioning. All right, I'll do it myself. Hold on one sec, guys. These my interns they're out of control. Thank you. Anyway, I wanted to talk today about London, because I don't know if you guys are aware of what's going on over there or not, but it is, it's a situation. It's a situation over in London. There's a lot of factors, there's a lot of facets to it. I'm not going to go over all of them here today. I just want to cover a couple small things that are going on over there. And hopefully start to paint a picture for some of the people that don't necessarily pay too much attention to the issues going on in the UK. But I think it's important that you should look at what's going on over there so that you can know where we're headed here, because this is going to be a good representation of where we're going to head in the future if we fail to take them as an example. We got Mitch Connor in the chat. Vaughn, Tara, Karen, Kevin and the interns, they're on thin ice. It's real thin ice right now. And before, I had to switch cameras because they couldn't get this one set up before the stream. It's out of control. But they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it together. We got the room starting to fill up. Come on in, grab a seat. Come on in. We're just gonna chat. I'm gonna enlighten you guys with a whole bunch of facts and fun knowledge about the UK. Fun stuff that's going on over there. I was scrolling through, and this isn't even something that I really planned on talking about. This is something that I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this video, and I just, I was like, you know what? I need to talk about this. I need to explore it for myself a little bit more. So I got searching, Googling, looking around. It's about knife crime. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but everybody is stabbing each other over in London right now. So let's jump right into it. Give me the web browser on the screen. Yeah, there you go. All right. The video that I found is pretty terrifying because it seems like it could happen to any normal guy in just a decent looking neighborhood, although I'll admit I don't know what the neighborhoods look like over in London. But let's jump right into this. Hey, kill the music real quick. All right, thank you.
I'm videoing it, but it is absolutely terrible. And they've got knives. The two have got knives. Yeah, and there's 5 in total. There is an adult that's trying to hold one, but I think one of them's been stabbed. I think one of them's been stabbed. He's outside my house. Yes, I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs.
Short video. I'm sure you have the attention span.
Oh my goodness.
So let's rewind it just a little bit because it took me a couple of views to really see what was going on with this. So the video starts and there's a little scuffle next to this car, right? This guy just got kicked. This guy just got kicked by this guy. And this is the guy that's going to be on the sidewalk over here in a minute. So right when the video starts, he's on the ground being kicked.
I'm videoing it. It is absolutely terrible. And they've got knives.
He tries to pull this girl away. This guy's got a
2
knife.
have got knives.
He has a giant knife in his hand. It's probably like...
Yeah, and there's 5 in total. There is an adult that's trying to hold one, but I think one of them's been stabbed. I think one of them's been stabbed. He's outside my house.
She's on the phone.
Yes, I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Panicking.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh my gosh. I can see one of them on the floor with the knife. He's on the floor. He's got a knife for him.
He's over here sitting out on his whatever that is, little fence thing. He's slapping the knife up against his fence in like a taunting manner. Like, he doesn't even care.
And I can see a man tapping a knife. He must be about 16 or 17. Yeah, please. I'm calling an ambulance. Yeah, I am.
Everyone out in the street panicking, what's going on, you know, crazy. Because it's just a whole chaotic situation on this particular block right now, right? So that is, that's the anatomy of a stabbing. So imagine seeing that right outside your house. How likely are you? This guy lives 2 doors down. I have a giraffe, a paper origami giraffe. This guy lives 2 doors down from you. He's got a knife this big. He's sitting out on his fence just slapping a knife. You just watched him stab somebody, and now this person is bleeding on the sidewalk right below your house. How safe do you feel in your neighborhood now? Do you want to go outside at night by yourself? Do you want to go outside during the day by yourself? This was in broad daylight, by the way, in case you didn't notice. So yeah, absolutely insane. Crazy insane. And then we have, that was just like a day or two ago. Then we have this. I don't know if you saw this one. This one was really good. This was in East London, I believe. So let me rewind it just a little bit so you can see this guy on a bike stops next to this car, and then the car obviously knows he's there, but he takes off and almost kind of hits the guy on the bike. He's not happy about that. So, you know, he pulls a giant knife out of his pants because, of course, you have a giant knife in your pants. And I'm not sure. This is almost a machete base. You know, that's like a 13-inch blade. Where was he hiding that, first of all? But secondly, his form is all wrong. If you're trying to break a window, you want to hit it with a point. I'm kind of being sarcastic, but this could save your life at some point in the future. You want to hit it with the point of the knife because you want to just start a little tiny, you need a small pressure point on a window to create a shattering effect. So you want to stab the window. You don't want to slash the window. It's a thrusting motion, not a slashing motion. Just a little FYI. So this guy's trying to break into this car, trying to pull all the handles, trying to smash the windows. He's unsuccessful, kicking windows. Like, he wants to... what is he going to do with this guy if he catches him? You know what I mean? Eventually, the guy's just like, screw it, I'm out. He gets out and he runs away. So this is also in London. So this is the kind of stuff that's going on in London right now. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty great. I don't know, if you guys feel like that ups the tourism attraction or not. Maybe that's attractive to you. Seeing lots of knives. Yeah, it's a huge knife. That's what I'm saying. What's going on, WinConfig? Jennifer, welcome to the chat. WinConfig says he's drank. Why didn't he just drive away? It's a good question. It's a great question. Maybe he had some pieces of bike stuck under his car. Maybe there was traffic. Maybe there was traffic. But anyway, let's get into some nitty-gritty, some statistics. This is a fun one that I don't know if you guys have seen. London has overtaken New York's murder rate. This is from April, so it's a little older, but it's still relevant. Let me downsize this a little bit. Hey, can we make it smaller so that you can actually see my face? Thank you. London's murder rate has overtakes New York's. This is from BBC News. State-run media. So far in 2018, Met Police, which is the Metropolitan Police in London, has investigated 46 murders compared with 50 in the U.S. city. Now they're going by per capita, obviously. Let's scroll down here. You can see the orange bar. That's the London murders. It's gone steadily up every month since the beginning of the year. In January, the Met investigated 8 murders, whereas NYPD looked into 18 killings. By February, NYPD's figures had dropped to 11, while London's rose to 15. And then March, 22 murders were investigated in London, while 21 were launched in New York. So they've overtaken them in these 3 months that we're looking at. When the figures are weighed by population, the rate of murders per 100,000 people was higher in London than in New York in February and in March. The Met said it was concerned at the increase in murders. We're concerned. One murder is too many, and we're working hard with our partners to understand the increase and what we can do to prevent these tragedies. So they have no idea why. They have no clue why this might be happening in a sudden manner. I can't imagine any reason in particular why this might be happening. Met Police has launched 44 murder investigations in 2018, 31 of which have been a result of stabbings. Now, that one confused me a little bit. I was genuinely perplexed by that statistic because I always thought that you had to have a gun to kill people. I didn't know that you could kill someone with something other than a knife. I had no idea. But apparently it's possible. They've figured out how to do it in London. Knife crime and violent crime acts like an epidemic, so you need to go in at the source to cut it off, and you need to inoculate the future young people against it. So what is the source? Going in at the source means major intervention work with young workers. Inoculating means going to schools, changing the social norms, educating kids, teaching them what it means to be a man, teaching them how they don't need to carry knives. Interesting. So they seem to think that it's lack of manhood or manliness or masculinity that's leading to people carrying knives. Yeah, so they have no clue what's going on. In 2018, up until this point, just in this year alone, there have been 1,296 stabbings. Just in London, in the city of London. And this is to the end of April, so this article is even a little outdated. There's been a month and almost 2 weeks since then. 1,300 stabbings. So what we just saw in that video, the drama of people screaming in the streets, panicking, cars blocking the street, people calling 911, people laying on the sidewalk, guys slapping knives on their fences, like that scene has happened 1,300 other times just in the city of London. In the city. Okay? That times 1,300. And that guy didn't even die. That was a non-fatal stabbing. And 44 of them, or 46 people, have been actually killed by these stabbings. So yeah, in this particular article, they're attributing it to increase of cocaine coming into the country. I'm sure it's those that import the cocaine import. Definitely, that's definitely the one thing that's coming into your country that's causing the increase in stabbings, for sure. Definitely. In February, more than 250 knives and swords. Swords? Are people carrying around swords? Were seized in London in just 1 week. And 283 people, many of them teenagers, were arrested for carrying them. Why are teenagers carrying swords and knives? Does anybody know? Kenneth, welcome to the chat. If there's anybody I missed, welcome to the chat. We're just talking about fun London statistics as far as stabbings go, and some other wild things that are going on over in London, because, you know, things are going decently over here in America. So let's just take a minute to reflect on our partners over there on the other side of the ocean and see if we can't use them as a forewarning. Yeah, the Tommy Robinson thing is definitely going in an interesting direction, because we've seen protesters doing like the Nazi salute the other day. People were chasing down police. That I kind of understand, but the whole Nazi thing, that's a little confusing to me. We'll have to look into that. Maybe we can pull that one up after I go through this. So this is how this works. You guys bring up interesting ideas, and then we look at them together as a crew. But let's get through the knife stuff, and then maybe we'll look at Tommy Robinson. This is a map of London. East London is obviously the worst, the trashiest, probably the most immigrants if I had to guess. And if you go through this list of names, you'll find that a lot of them have very not English sounding names. This is on The Sun. You can find this article. It's called Lawless London, London Stabbings 2018. Go ahead and take a look at that. Just scroll through some of these names here. I'd say 85% of them are very not English sounding names. That may or may not be relevant to the bigger narrative here. Just wanted to point the fact out because it's an observation that I made. Let's take a look at another one. Now this one came from East London, the said crap hole. I'll keep the stream PG-13. This is from a town called Leytonstone, and I want you to watch the reaction of the how the police.
No, don't speak this man. Be careful. Don't be careful. Hey, drop the knife. Hey. Drop the knife, mate. Drop the knife right now. Drop the knife right now. Drop the knife. Drop the knife now.
Drop the knife now. Does it look like he's gonna drop the knife? He's gonna drop the knife. So there's your first attempt at tasing right there. It's a failure.
Go!
Second attempt at tasing. Failure. He could have killed that guy right there. He could have killed that guy. As the policeman is running away, he could have killed that guy. Police officers show up. Finally gets tased. Third attempt at getting tased. It took 3 attempts, and the police officer was literally running away as the civilian. The blade probably came like this close to his face or his neck. I'm not sure if you saw that, but he swiped at the guy with the backpack, and he could have easily hit his throat right there. So yeah. I don't know about you guys, but when I see videos of how the police act in London and in the UK in general, it seems like they're not really I get a very hot fuzz vibe from the police there. They don't seem very competent. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm just being honest. Yeah, exactly. The police officer was guarding himself. He was hiding behind the civilian. Like, seriously? And a taser? Now, would police in America have been so lenient? Would they have tried to tase the guy 3 times after yelling to put the knife down? Put the knife down! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Like 8 times? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if he was black. Not if he was black. Yes, don't you love that white supremacy? Oh, just doesn't it taste so good? No, kidding. This is not a white supremacist stream. If you're here for that. London sees 20% rise in rape reports in a year. Guess what? It's not just knife crime, people. It's not just knife crime. 20% rise in rape reports in a year. But police admit they don't understand the reason. I can't imagine any potential factors of why that would happen. Quote, there is something going on with sexual offending in London that we don't fully understand. There were 7,613 reported rapes in the year to January, compared to 6,392 over the previous 12 months, according to figures collated by the mayor's office. Sir Craig, hey, what happened? What did you guys do? Go back. I was still on that article. Go back to that article. Thank you. This close. This close. Sorry. It's not as simple as saying... Oh, sorry. Sir Craig Mackey, Deputy Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, said the rise could not be accounted for simply by more victims feeling able to report abuse or better reporting practices. So some people probably came forward at some point and said, oh, well, the reason why we're seeing these increased numbers is because they're reporting it more. The police say, no, that's not what it is. It's not as simple as saying this is an increased confidence, he told London Assembly Police. Of course, that plays a part, and faith in the process, but there is something going on with sexual offending in London that we don't fully understand. I'm curious if Sir Craig Mackey III, has an idea in his head that maybe he doesn't want to say out loud. Maybe. We see the end of it, but we don't understand the causes. Yeah. So the mayor's office figures showed startling rises in several crime types over 2017, which saw 80 people stabbed to death amid concerns about acid attacks and violent robberies in the capitals. That's right, people, not just stabbings, not just rapes. Throw in a little acid on top, just for a little cherry. It's right on the top. Homicide increased by 1/3 to 137 murders. All knife crimes were up more than a quarter to more than 14,500 incidents that saw 2,000 victims under the age of 25 injured. Personal robbery increased by 40%. 40% is... Now, I'm spitting out a lot of numbers here, but I'm just going to pause it right there to make sure you guys understand the significance of that. 40% is huge. That's massive. Theft from the person... wait a second. Personal robbery increased by 40%. Theft from the person, 1/3. And Islamophobic hate crime by 39% to 1,678. I'm a little lost on that. Maybe I had a little too much rum and coke here. Yeah, so just to paint a bigger picture for you guys, it's not just stabbings, right? There's other stuff going on. Okay. Let's see here. Most UK police are pedophiles covering up sex trafficking. Wow, Roberta coming in with heavy accusations. Grumpy Shih Tzu, is this a one-man show? First time here, just found his channel. Yes, sir, Grumpy. This is a one-man show. I did hire some interns. I got Kevin on production over there. with some video guys, but I'm thinking I'm gonna fire them because they're not living up to expectations. But let's just keep that between you and me. Yeah, are these statistics out of control or what? Now, I googled London knife attack to find this one, and I mean, you just get endless lists of all these different stabbings and knife attacks, and it goes on and on and on forever. So I was wondering, like, why, how do these people get away with this? Like, how do people just literally sit in the street in broad daylight, slapping a knife up against a fence because you don't care? Like, there's no police around. You're not afraid. That guy in that video, that first video that I showed you, he was clearly not afraid of anyone reprimanding him or taking him into custody or shooting him with a taser or anything like that, right? I think we can all agree that that guy looked like he did not care at all. So what is the culture that's creating this absolute, lack of concern? It's almost like there's no police there at all. Turns out the police force has suffered pretty extensive budget cuts over the past few years there. They've downsized quite a few police stations. They've have like roughly 110, 120 less police locations in the city since 2015. And this goes to kind of the Count Dankula, Tommy Robinson area of things. I was thinking about it and I was like, how much do they actually care about their hate speech laws and their online policing of YouTube comments and Facebook comments and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that is a thing over there. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. This one might blow some minds. Police are actually spending a lot of their time and resources on arresting people for offensive Facebook and Twitter posts. You heard that right. Let me repeat that one more time. Police are arresting people for offensive Facebook and Twitter posts in London. Oh, this is from 2 years ago, actually. So it's only gotten worse since then. According to the Register, a total of 2,500 Londoners have been arrested over the past 5 years for allegedly sending offensive messages via social media. You heard that right. Arrested for sending offensive messages on social media. In 2015, 857 people were detained, up 37% since 2010. The Communications Act of 2003, this is something you guys should be familiar with, especially, if you follow the Count Dankula thing, where the guy got charged and fined, almost went to prison, went through a 2-year court battle for making a YouTube video of his dog reacting to the phrase, "Gas the Jews." The dog did like a shake. You know how dogs, like, they raise their hand up if you want to do a shake, like shake their hand kind of thing. Yeah, this is why the title of the stream is The Upside Down, because everything I'm saying literally sounds insane, but this is real life in London right now. This is real life. So everyone who's not in London, let's cheers to the fact that we're still in America, where we have a Constitution, First Amendment. To see you later, Colin. Thanks for stopping by. To say things, whatever we want on the internet. Miles, welcome to the chat. How many times would a Muslim stab if a Muslim could stab you? That is hate speech, and police are now on their way to your house right now. If you lived in London, you could literally be reported for what you just said in my chat. I could report you for that, and the cops could what could the cops do, you ask? Let's read it. The Communications Act of 2003 defines illegal communications as using public electronic communications network in order to cause annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety. Breaking the law carries a 6-month prison term or fine of up to £5,000. The figures obtained from the Metropolitan Police only apply to the London area. That's right. You could have been arrested for what you just said about Muslims. Your little joke. Your little joke that you just made in chat about stabbing Muslims. I'm dead serious. You don't believe me? Boom. Got an example right here. Check this out. Arrests for social media posts surge in London. Also from 2016. So they categorize these by a few different categories. Sending offensive or obscene or menacing messages. And that's by far and away the /1 category. Sending offensive, obscene, or menacing messages. The runner-up is persistent sending of nuisance/anxiety-causing messages. So, you know, that annoying guy that's creeping on you on Twitter, on, what's that dating app that everyone uses that I hate? Tinder. That annoying guy that's like messaging you repeatedly on Tinder. He could have him sent to jail. Let's call the cops on him. Causing offensive/obscene/menacing messages to be sent. Causing messages to be sent. What does that even mean? Causing messages to be sent. Is that like you have a YouTube channel that talks about free speech, and then people that watch your channel leave comments on other channels about free speech? Is that what that means? Like you could be sent to jail because people that watch you do stuff? Because you're causing messages to be sent? What does that even mean? And the follow-up to that, causing fake message resulting in nuisance/anxiety. So they break it down by offensive/obscene/menacing. That's different than nuisance/anxiety. Wow, it's a lot to keep track of here. Notice all these terms are subjective, by the way. And then the final category is sending fake message that caused nuisance/anxiety. So like you're impersonating someone, I imagine that's what that means. So those are all illegal acts in London. Welcome to the utopian paradise of politically correct intersectional diversity. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Enjoy your stay. Just don't offend anyone or make obscene or menacing messages. But seriously, what does that mean? Resulting in nuisance/anxiety? So what if everyone who's talking about transgender stuff or promoting Black Lives Matter or promoting socialism, all that stuff causes me anxiety? Maybe. I don't know what that means. I don't have anxiety, but maybe it causes me anxiety. Can I call the cops and have those people arrested? It's causing me anxiety. I don't want to see stuff about socialism and Black Lives Matter on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, or do you think that maybe this kind of only goes one way? Does that not work if I want to do it against them? It only works against me. Okay, I understand. Yeah. That's fine. I get it. These arrests were all made under the same legislation which spawned the UK's infamous Twitter joke trial. Remember I told you can go to jail for a joke? Listen up. Using just 135 characters, 28-year-old Paul Chambers tweeted a joke that would go on to capture the country's attention. Quote, "Crap! Exclamation point. Robin Hood Airport is closed. You've got a week and a bit to get your shit together, comma, otherwise I'm blowing the airport sky high, exclamation point, exclamation point." Didn't even mention Muslims or anything. But the fact that you referenced a bomb and bombing, clearly that is deserving of jail time, right? The joke tweet was initially deemed not credible by the airport staff. Wow, what an astute observation and decision by the airport staff. But police determined that it was enough to warrant an arrest. Of course, because they have nothing better to do. There's no knife attacks going on. There's no acid attacks that need investigations. There's no murders. They can investigate tweets. Yeah, because this is determined to be enough for an arrest. Leading to a precedent-setting guilty verdict. Chambers admitted that his frustrated tweet was ill-advised, but stated that the initial conviction caused him to believe that he lives in, quote, such a hypersensitive world that we cannot engage in hyperbole without having civil liberties trampled on by, at best, heavy-handed police. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Chambers, but you don't have a First Amendment over there, because you don't have your rights written down on a piece of paper. So they don't exist. Sorry. Yeah, everyone's talking about Dinesh in chat. He got pardoned. And everyone lost their mind over it. Dinesh supports my claims that I have TDS, even though Dinesh bonds supports. Okay, we can talk about Dinesh too. Fotaku. And hi, our resident YouTube stalker, hi, is here. TR, what's going on, TR? Welcome to the chat. If anyone else I missed. It's a chill stream, you know, it's an intimate crowd tonight, all right? The arena's not full. It's not full, but it's got the front rows filled up, the front sections are filled up. We're just chilling. So, the case for Mr. Chambers was eventually quashed on an appeal after 2 years and several £1,000s. Of course. One tweet. Okay, this is the point of me telling you this story. This links back to the stabbing stuff. The point of me talking about this is that the police are wasting their time and money and resources. The courts are wasting their time and money and resources prosecuting people for a tweet that says the airport is closed, open up or I'm gonna blow it up. And as the beginning of the article said, what was there 800, 600 arrests in 2015 for social media? Yeah, the other article said there's about 600 arrests just in 2015, and it's increasing every year. It's probably going to be insane. I think it's like 3,300 a year now. People who are detained or questioned or arrested for posting offensive comments or offensive content online. Absolutely. Am I the only one here? Is this actually insane? Or am I just not? Am I missing the picture here? I don't understand. Please tell me this is insane. Let's see. In Britain, this one's from even further back, guys. This has been going on for a long time. Police arrest Twitter and Facebook users if they make anti-Muslim statements. 3 men have so far been taken into custody for using Twitter to Facebook to use Twitter and Facebook to criticize Muslims. This is back in 2013. Okay, because I'm showing you that there's a precedent. This is going back a long time. The men were arrested under the Public Order Act on suspicion of inciting racial or religious hatred. Yeah, so be careful what you post online. Okay? We're detained. They were detained for posting online. Can you imagine that happening in America? My God. My God. Whoa. Yeah, so that is, you know, they've got a lot more going on over there, but I hope you can see that maybe I think you guys have a better idea of what's causing this kind of stuff than the police do, and that's a little sad. But then again, I have to ask, do some people maybe have some ideas in their head that they don't want to talk about, but they don't want to talk about because they're going to get arrested? Do you think the mass migration into London has had anything at all to do with the recent rise in crime? That's what I would ask officials in London if I had my microphone, you know, and I was doing an interview over there right now. That's what I would say. I was like, do you believe the increase in immigrants coming into your city has anything to do with the increase in crime? And then, you know, they play their social justice viewpoint. Oh, no, no, absolutely not. Our youth and this and that, blah, blah, blah. No parenthood, no, what they say in that one article, no masculinity. And then I would say, so you're willing to admit that you think that recent rise in immigration has 0% impact on that factor of rising crime. You're saying zero. You're not, you know, I'm not trying to get you to say 100% or 90. You're gonna say 0%. I don't think it wouldn't fly. It wouldn't fly. The mass migration has brought utopia to Europe. Exactly, Grumpy. You're catching on quick, man. I'm glad you joined the stream because you're catching on real quick. Tommy Robinson's my hero. Yeah, let's pull up the video of the Tommy Robinson protesters attacking police and then doing the Nazi symbol. Let's see. Oh man, the media is having a heyday with this one, right? Because they love to call those people alt-right anyway, and now people are doing Nazi salutes, and it's, you know, they're just going to town on these people. Let's take a look at the Nazi salute thing here first. Let's get I actually haven't seen the full video. Let's do a simultaneous first impression. Silence. Mute the music.
Nazi stop! 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 Nazi stop!
So are those actual Nazis? And who's yelling Nazi scum, get off our streets? Is that the pro Tommy Robinson people, or is that like some Antifa protesters? Okay, so I saw one guy. There's one guy doing Nazi salute, which is okay. All right, is he indicative of the whole group? Nah, I don't think so. His sign said "Free Tommy." It didn't say "Kill all the Jews." Maybe he's doing it just to troll. I think he was trolling. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you guys in the chat. I think he was trolling. My first impression when I saw the GIF of that was that, hey, you're doing this picture in the picture thing, because when I put can you take the YouTube video off there? Thank you. That's for my eyes only. All right, you're not supposed to see that. That's my command center. When I first saw that video, I thought it was you know, somebody trying to incite like a Antifa plant or something like that. You know, somebody on the left that's gonna go in there and have a "Free Tommy" sign and do the Nazi salute. He wasn't even doing it right. What was that anyway? It's not to make people think that that's what the crowd was made up of. You know what I mean? That was my initial impression. And I think that's probably accurate. Or he was trolling. I don't think it was a plant, to be honest. That was just my first impression, but I do think he was trolling. Let's pull up the video of them attacking the police. I want to see that. I want to see them attacking the police. The lifestyles of the West is radically different to the rest of the world. Miles, yeah, no, it's very accurate. Yeah, we're not really compatible with all lifestyles, all cultures. To be honest. Hey, I went to YouTube and I got a notification. It says this guy named Weekly Narrative is streaming right now. Should I check that out? Nah, I want to see this video. Tommy Robinson protest. Protesters? Protest? Protesters. Protest. There we go. Attack police. Oh, here's Tim Pool and his take on it. He probably did a pretty good video on it. Let's just watch the Reuters. Oh, 2 hours? No. I'm not that hardcore. Free protest, Tommy Robinson turns violent. Here we go. All right, put the music back on. get a second take of that. I feel like I'm watching Attack on Helm's Deep or something. Lord of the Rings. All right, let's let me see if we can find, because there was something about them chasing police. I want to see hot pursuit. Chasing police. Protesters clash with police. Let's check this one out. I hope you guys like the background music, by the way. I'm just, you know, I had my producers put that in just in case. Barricades, and so they had this line here, right? They had a line of defense set up right there. The people clearly, they ripped down the barrier. The police, they couldn't hold the line any longer, so they start to back up. And then at that point, well, there we go. Oh, my drink is empty. Hey guys, can I get a refill? Yeah, so I don't know. You know, that could go either way, to be honest. That Tommy Robinson situation, man, those protesters continue attacking police. That's not what you want to be associated with when you're trying to be the pro free speech kind of message. You know what I mean? We don't want to be associated with that. Let's let the lefties and the progressives be the violent, insane ones. My interns are amazing. Miles, calm down. Don't encourage them. All right, I'm trying to keep them on a tight leash. No, they haven't refilled it yet. They don't even know where I keep the vodka. I don't know what they're doing. It's okay though. But anyway. Oh man. Is Cut in here? Cut join chat? Where's he at? Let me go through some questions here. I've been neglecting you guys in chat. I apologize. So I'm going to, oh, by the way, I just wanted to bring your attention to the right down here in the description. There's a link to Streamlabs. So if you feel the calling, if you want to make a tribute to the Weekly Warrior Foundation, where we fund independent journalism and asking people hard questions and making them think, make a donation to the Streamlabs link down there, because YouTube won't get a cut, and then I get like 95% of that, where the YouTube super chats, they only give me like 70%. Plus, if you do the Streamlabs thing down there, my interns, I made them set it up so that your message appears on the screen so everyone can see it. All right, it's pretty sweet. No one's done it yet, so I haven't been able to test it, but Let's go through the chat and get some questions. Vodka, are you a commie? Hey man, the Russians, you know, sometimes they try to hack my brain, you know, with that vodka. TDS is retarded. What? I've seen you guys talking about TDS in chat. What's the TDS thing? Someone's got Trump derangement syndrome. I don't think. Yeah, Karen, I'm not gonna let them get into the liquor. I don't think anyone in my chat has Trump derangement syndrome. They wouldn't be able to handle the level of facts and statistics and, you know, logic and rationality that are present in this discussion. So I don't think that's a thing. But if you guys are kind of, you know, doing a little your infighting thing, yelling at each other, calling each other's names, that's fine. I'll allow it. You gotta get the camaraderie. That's how men do their thing, right? They make fun of each other and stuff. That's just how we do it. Can you give a shout out to Throatzilla? Who is Throatzilla? And why am I giving a shout out to Throatzilla? I just did, so I hope he enjoyed it. Vodka is actually Somali. Is YouTube your full-time job? Grumpy, I wish it was, man, because I really enjoy it. YouTube is not my full-time job. I saw some of the comments that you put on my videos today. You were going through my videos. I do that in my free time. I do this in my free time. I have a full-time job, but whenever I can, I'm out there. It's a hobby, but if it got to the point to where, you know, I got big enough, I would transition into doing this full-time. I'm not a journalist. I don't have any kind of experience doing journalism. I don't have any education in journalism. I'm just a guy that likes to go out and to actually talk to people and have discussions. Real life, human discussions. I know what you're thinking. That's crazy. That's crazy because nobody does it, but I like to do that. That's what I do. And then I get it on camera. What up from Yuba City? Yuba City? Isn't that like right outside, isn't that near Sacramento? I live in Roseville, so it's pretty close. Pretty close. We got a lot of locals, a lot of Sacramento area people in the chat, which is awesome. Drunk or not, my argument is the same. Okay, when Config is talking smack in chat, he's out of control. Throatzilla is Stormy Cut. That's a good point. That makes sense. That's like that's her nickname. I like it. If you guys aren't aware, I do have another podcast. It's called Degree 45. Cut Productions Inc. is my co-host on that podcast. We have a lot more guests on that show. It's more of a casual discussion, kind of like Joe Rogan-ish. We had we had Adam Kokesh on. We had some big Facebookers on there. We talk to them and we have a cool discussion. Check that out, facebook.com/degree45. If you want to see more of me, which I know a lot of you do, you want to see more content because I only stream once a week and there's no videos. Let's see, you do cybersecurity, right? Do you like that career? Yes. Yes, I have a degree in cybersecurity and I do cybersecurity for a living as well. That is correct and accurate. I'm fighting Russians all day in cyberspace. If you've ever seen the movie Tron, it's exactly like that. I get sucked into a computer and then I'm driving motorcycles around, and if they hit the wall that comes out of my light cycle, then I win the hack. That's how hacking works. But no, seriously, yeah, I do work in cybersecurity and I do love it. It's a great industry to be in. I should do a cybersecurity podcast. I don't understand what's your argument. Oh man, Mitch and WinConfigure going at it. They're just going to town. All right, drop your questions in chat if you have them, because I'm about to jet. I need to actually go to the gym because this is a good mental workout, but I need to get physical workout too. You know, you gotta work. You gotta be physically ready in case I get surrounded by soy boys at a rally or a protest. I need to be able to defend myself. You know what I mean? Tron would have gone with the Hackers film. Oh man, yeah, I should have gone with that. That's a way better reference. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely had some influence on my career choice. That movie is awesome. It's retarded, but it's awesome at the same time. What's your favorite drink? Kenneth, great question. I love it because I do usually have a drink with me on stream. My drink of choice is straight vodka or gin and tonic. Just get gin and tonic out of your mind, and then go on YouTube and, you know, do a stream and talk about ideas, intellectual things, and philosophy, and converse with people that are halfway across the planet that you've never met in life before. That's what you should do. If you haven't done that once, you haven't lived. Jennifer says drinking alcohol then going to the gym. It's a small drink. I don't get like, I barely even get a buzz, to be honest. I'm not hammered. But yes, no, that's a hardcore. That is hardcore if you're gonna do that. Do you love Greek salads as much as I do? I'm a Caesar guy. Caesar salad. I think that's Mexican. Cud Productions Inc. Is Bernie Sanders going to run against Trump in 2020? If not, then who? Is Cox going to win the race? Yes. Cox is going to lose, unfortunately, because Newsom is a crazy communist. He's definitely going to win, unfortunately. Bernie Sanders is going to run. He's going to run. Of course he's going to run. That's all they have is Bernie Sanders. But they don't want to run him because he's obviously, if you look at what happened in the last election, he's not what they wanted to run. But they don't have an establishment candidate to run this time. They don't have any establishment candidates to run. So I think their only resort, the only chance they have, is kind of like the fallback, almost, in a way. They have to run Bernie Sanders. They have to. If he's still alive, I mean, the dude could be dead by then. It's very possible he could just blow away in the wind one day in a puff of dust. Elliptic curve cryptography. Oh, wow. You can get into cybersecurity and not have to do anything with cryptography. That's the great thing about cybersecurity. There's a million different facets to cybersecurity. I don't mess with cryptography. You can if you want to. That's more of like a mathematics thing. But yeah, you know, I was probably rooting for Travis Allen in the recent elections here in California, but he didn't make it. He did well, but he didn't make it. Sad. Alcohol increases estrogen. Is that true? I'll have to look into that one. If it does, I might have to cut it out. I cut out soy for that very reason. I can't do soy anymore. I started I'm doing the keto thing. I'm trying the keto. I haven't eaten more than 15 grams of carbs in one day in like 2 weeks. It's rough. It's rough, man. I don't recommend it. I'm eating avocados now. Like I'm getting sucked into this California culture. I'm eating avocados every day. It's a little weird. But you know, my motto in life is try anything once. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. I think next stream is going to be on Saturday, and I'm going to do it during the day so that we can get more people in here. Because when I stream at 8 o'clock on Pacific, nobody's here from the East Coast. You know what I mean? Come back on Saturday. I'll be here. We'll stream in the afternoon. Get gin and tonic out of your mind. Put on your sunglasses. Lay down in the sun. Whatever you're going to do, put me on. And we'll talk about Rocket Man next week, because that's going to be good. I want to see what happens with the summit. I'm not going to say anything now, but we'll see what happens with the summit, and then we'll talk about that next week. Mitch, that's a good point. Anyway, my name is Jeremy from The Weekly Narrative. Social media links are in the description if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or support me on Patreon. Do so below, and I'll see you guys. Wait a second. Do you think a human hybrid creative new technologies will get the right to vote if they were US refugees from China? Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. I think yes. Anyone who's an immigrant minority gets crazy privileges. The answer to your question is yes. Can you tweet the time? Karen, yes. I apologize. My interns, they didn't tweet the stream this week. I'll make sure I tweet it several hours in advance for the stream next week. Follow me on Twitter, guys, if you want to know when I'm going live. Follow me on Twitter, because I'll post every time from now on. See you guys. Jeremy from the Weekly Narrative, out. Have a great week.